In this tutorial, we will go through how to install the Java development kit and how we will be able to configure the path to the installed JDK. Before we go through the installation, we need to understand what the JDK is and why we need to configure the path to the installed JDK. So the JDK actually is just to allow Java programmers to create Java programs that can be executed and run by the Java virtual machine and the Java runtime environment. So the JRE, which is a runtime environment, is a package of tools purposely for running Java codes. The Java virtual machine, on the other hand, its purpose is to execute programs. So what it does is to allow Java programs run on any device that has the Java virtual machine, and it's supposed to manage and optimize the memory for programs that are running. So where do we get the JDK to install on our computers? We can get it from Oracle, or we can simply search for it in Google. We follow the link and download our preferred JDK. I will, however, recommend you download the latest version of the JDK or the most recent one that has long-term support. After installation of our JDK, we need to configure the path to the installed JDK. This is to enable the computer locate the packages that we would be able to use to convert our Java source code into the machine readable binary format. And additionally, if we are using the command prompt to compile or run our Java codes, commands such as the javac, which is to compile, or the java, which is to run, we would be able to use them anywhere on our computer once we've been able to configure the path. So on our browser, we search for JDK download. We click on the downloads. Over here, you download the version depending on your operating system. I will select the Windows installer because I am using Windows. I need to accept the terms before I will be able to download it. However, I will not download it because I've already downloaded it and it is on my desktop. So we'll just go through the installation process. So I go to my desktop and I double click. Next. So installation is done. I will click on close and go through the process of configuring the path. Now let's look for the directory where our JDK has been installed. We go to our Windows installation, program files, and we can see Java. We have JDK 16.0.1. So our JDK has been installed. We now need to do the path configuration to this directory. To configure the path, we go to the Start menu and we search for environment variables. So we see Edit System Environment Variables. We click on it and we click on the environment variables. So this is where we would do the path configuration. So we go to the system variables and we click on new, and the variable name, we would call it Java underscore home. For the variable value, we need to go back to the directory where the JDK is installed and we copy that. So we simply click and copy. We get back and we paste in the variable value. We click on OK. There is one more thing that we need to configure. We need to configure the path under the system variables. So we click on the path and we select edit. And under edit, there are two ways we can configure the Java path. We need to go to the directory and we go into the bin folder. So in the bin folder, that is where the Java commands are, and we need to tell the computer this is where to come if we are looking for those sort of commands. So this is the directory path we need to add there. So we can simply copy it and we come here, we click new and we paste. Now we click on OK, we click on OK, OK, and we are done. So the next thing we need to do is to find out if we can access the Java commands wherever that we are on the computer using the command prompt or the PowerShell. So we simply go to the desktop, hold the Shift key and right click on an empty space, and we select Open PowerShell window here. Now we can check to see if our Java has actually been installed and what the version is. So we say Java version and it tells us it is version 16.0.1. We can also find out the compiler version by simply typing javac version and it returns for us the compiler version. So our JDK has been installed successfully and the path has been configured. Our next tutorial will be installing the IntelliJ IDEA for writing our Java codes.